Alright, you guys, what is up? This is Fallout. What if you're here? And today I'm gonna be doing I really forgot. I think this is part 4 or part 5. But this is what if Deku was a caveman, Far Cry Primal. Yeah, and let's begin. So, what should I say now? Besides everything else, how you say it? On my what if Deku was a Joestar or whatever I said. Yeah, his dad's gonna be Jotaro. All you guys saw, or most of you guys put like freaking Jotaro on it. So yeah, that's going to be the father. And pretty much, yeah, that's it. So let's begin. Deku becomes, how you say it? Well, wait a minute. I know where we last left off. They were just doing the freaking, they were testing, or Aizawa and them were outside and doing the, freaking, whatever they were doing. And nobody gets kicked out. Like, I would say Mineta, but it's like he's one of those kinds of people that we need for comedic relief. So yeah. Anyway, Deku and freaking Melissa are talking about how you say it, what they're gonna be doing for, like, let's say, I don't really know. Since Melissa's I think she's from America. Yeah, I think she is. Or I hope so. If I'm not messing this up. Let's say that, yeah, she is from America and she's about to celebrate 4th of July, which I don't really know when the freaking anime or when that time started. I really need to search this stuff up, but let's just say it's about to be the 4th of July and she wants Deku and Momo and Intelli to like, they're making plans, and since, you know, they're all okay with them being alone, since they trust Deku. It's basically the girls they don't trust. That's pretty much it right there. So anyway, oh shit, I keep messing up. So anyway, Deku is there and he's wondering what they're probably gonna be doing, and they're in the house, so they just chill for a while, and then they get to training, which each of them are kind of like used to. Well, they're kind of getting used to their freaking quirks and all that stuff. Let's just say the freaking hero versus villains part wasn't until the next day. So yeah. Anyway, they're all hanging out and they're just training and they're doing other stuff. So they go outside and, you know, they go to the city, or yeah, let's say the city, because they're living like kind of close to the freaking how do I say this? They're kind of close to like the forest, but they're really not. They're actually just, it's a long way until they get to how do I say it? I don't know how to say it, but like the old movies where you had to like go for like a mile into the freaking house in the mansions, because yeah, they live in a mansion and they usually just live together until like things are needed for the families and all that stuff. So anyway, they're just walking around doing stuff in the city, and, you know, they're trying out some outfits, let's just say, bathing suits, you know, lingerie, all that good stuff. And Deku is like, he's looking at them like, I'm sorry. He's thinking, I'm lucky to be a man. Or, you know, he's just saying, like, I'm lucky that I'm getting married. So, anyway, Deku is, you know, he's looking and just, like, waiting outside until he sees, like, until he's looking at one of the shadows, which is Momo. He's all like, yeah, well, the other girls are getting changed too, so, you know, I'm just, like, head inside. Nothing, pretty much, just a little, you know what, you guys think of what I'm trying to say. I'll leave that up to you. And he just, you know, he's finished. Momo's a little tired, she's a little weak in the knees. They haven't done nothing like that. It's, how do I say it? I guess you call it foreplay? Let's just call it foreplay. They're, you know, they're doing a little bit of... No, this is so... Okay, let's just say they were wrestling. And nobody noticed. And Deku was just like... got a lot of stamina these days. Whew. It's a good thing I keep training. And then he's like thinking, well, let's see. Momo's normal, Melissa's normal, but I think Intelli is a dom. Or no, she's a sub. She likes Subway, alright? Let's just say that she likes Subway. She's more of a Subway kind of gal. So he just heads up to hers. And, you know, how do I say? He just does everything he has to do. And she's even more weak in the knees. And Melissa's like, wait, what's going on here? Why are you too tired? And what's it called? And Deku just tells Melissa, come with me. And then that happens. So anyway, it's I gave you guys a little bit of a, you know, 18 plus, trying to keep this family friendly. But anyway, Deku is there and he's pretty much hanging out with them, going to the movies, and then pretty much they're done for the day. They go to sleep, you know, each girl on one side, and yeah, that's pretty much it right there. So now we head off to the next day. And they're like even happier than they were before. Because, you know, Deku gave them like energy, or they were happy. Let's just say that. So, Deku is there. And he's wearing his, let's say it's not really a freaking hero uniform. It's basically what he wore back then. But he's wearing a bit more armor. Let's say that that he kind of has what he has on right now, like on the picture, but there's like bone plating on it, and there's freaking the leather is much more tougher. Let's say from like elephant skin or mammoth skin, because like, if you try to cut an elephant skin, it's much more harder. That's why lions sometimes work together, because they know they can't just like kill it by itself. So he wears that, and he also wears, let's see, a black wolf pelt, or he's using that for the fur aesthetic, which is basically fireproof, and he uses some white wolf pelt for ice, so that way he doesn't burn himself, or like or he doesn't get frozen, or some of his clothes get frozen. So basically that's it right there. And I don't know who to pick, so what I did was just use the freaking little machine, or whatever it is, to count the numbers. And it's basically It's Deku and Intelli versus freaking Bakugo and Todoroki. That's how it was. For some reason, I think fate itself, one of these what's it called, two people together or two teams together. Yeah. So, what else? Anyway, so it's Deku and Telly versus Bakugo and Todoroki. So, what happens is Todoroki thinks that he should just, put ice in the freaking, he should ice up the whole place. And, wait a minute now. Wait, did I actually, did I remember to freaking do the entrance exam? Oh man, I gotta check that out. Oh, but anyway. Deku is there, and oh wait, I think I did. Man, I keep forgetting. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. So what happens is Deku and freaking Telly go there and go inside, and Intelli is giving her like full analysis by drinking tea that Deku made, and he tells her, so what do you think is our best plan of action so far? And she says, well, Bakugo has an explosion type quirk, so we have to be much more cautious around him, because the airways that he can probably produce is enough to push us back by a lot. Todoroki's is half hot, half cold. But as far as we know, and as far as the costume as he's been wearing, or the costume he's wore, he can use ice and he could possibly use fire as a half and half. We don't know if he can probably just cool everything he touches, or probably, use iced attacks and fire attacks. So we just need to be wary about these two. And Deku's like, nah, we can handle Bakugo on this one. And let's see, that Todoroki dude, I think we can just use my fire and ice, and also your fire if everything gets too cold. So I think that's pretty much it right there. And she says, alright, you lead the way. And Melissa and Momo right there like, that lucky bee. And they're like, why? Why couldn't it be us? But anyway, so Deku and Intelli are just running to the place, and Bakugo's right there, and he's still the way he I don't know, did he actually change? No, because I don't think he met freaking Bakugo until later on. So yeah, Bakugo's still kind of arrogant in this one, if I didn't say it before. So Bakugo freaking runs out there, and he tries to blast Deku, but Deku holds Intelli and just freaking blocks her or shields her from the freaking blast. And he's hardening his skin, and it's kind of turning dark bluish. And Intelli sees this and she says, what kind of hardening is this? And Deku says, this is called the blood of Oros. I told you this before. It's a kind of weird stone that gives you some kind of special abilities. Not only that, it can also be used as a good weapon. And it's very strong too. It's stronger than rock. And as far as I know, it's stronger than iron or steel. And she's like, oh wow, never mind. Sheesh. Anyway, Deku just goes and he runs to freaking Bakugo. Bakugo thinking he has a clear pass, but he uses his own version of Dark Shadow. And let's say he uses an elephant or a mammoth, and he grabs him with a freaking the mammoth's trunk, wraps around Bakugo, and he spins him freaking like he gives him a he spins him like a top until Bakugo like gets out of it by blasting his way. But he feels very sick because he went around like pretty fast. So Deku, what's called, jumps into the air, and Bakugo doesn't see this. And Deku just, what's called, he grabs him and does like some kind of move, and he pins him down on the floor and ties him up. But Bakugo thought he could probably just pull out of it, but no, Deku's very strong. Deku just holds him in place, and no matter how freaking bad he wants to move or go around, he still can't do anything. So Deku just does that, and he's pretty much, you know, how do I say this? He's pretty much done, or as far as I can say, Bakugo's captured. Alright, pretty much it. So, what Deku does for Todoroki, Todoroki ice attacks Deku, but Deku is dodging, and he's also breaking it, and his fists become much more brighter, and becomes much more hotter, and he starts blasting freaking Todoroki with fire. But Todoroki uses his ice pillars, and intelli says, so his ice is much more stronger than his fire. Alright, so I might as well just, throw fire at him too. And she does this, and Todoroki notices both of them using fire. And Todoroki saying, it doesn't matter how pathetic you guys are, or, no, he doesn't say that. Your fire is not strong enough to burn my ice. Which, it is burning the ice, but it's doing it very slowly. And Deku's all like, yeah, but we could still probably do it. And he's grabbing his bow and using animal fat plus fire plus a red freaking leaf out of his hair. And he makes a little small explosion, which does all that freaking damage. But why am I saying the arrow? Couldn't he just use Bakugo's quirk? Well, here's the thing that Todoroki doesn't know that Deku does. Where he comes from. Sometimes climbing up ice pillars or stuff that's mostly ice is not very easy to do. But with using a bow and arrows, and by hitting each time the ice, you can technically make some holes in it, which will eventually freaking be used as like a... Well, you can use it to climb up the freaking ice part of the wall. So it comes in handy when they're in like the northern regions where the cold ice is at, and that's how they usually do it. So Deku does this, and he keeps freaking doing all that, and Todoroki doesn't freaking notice this because he's on the other side. But here's the thing, Deku's actually breaking the ice little by little, and by using all the explosions, it's cracking even more and more. But Todoroki doesn't see this. He's just making sure he's on the other side. So Deku tells Intelli, or whispers to her, alright, I'm gonna keep him distracted. Well, I do that. You freaking burn, or you freaking, well, I don't know how to say this, but in terms of English, I distract them and you flank them out, or you destroy them, or you take them on the sides. So she does this, Todoroki not noticing this at all, but in the very end, she doesn't actually get to him fast enough because Todoroki actually saw her. And guess what? He throws a freaking ice pillar at her, and she can't do nothing. But she gets hit in the freaking stomach by it. And it was a spiky one, so a bit of blood's coming out of her. Deku seeing this, he runs to her. and says, wait, hold on. Oh, sheesh. Let me heal you up a bit. And he grabs his freaking, he grabs some animal, some deer meat on his sides. And he also grabs some red leaves and a green leaf, combines it together, and he heals her and tells her to eat this. She does, and she feels kind of woozy, and Deku grabs her and freaking runs outside the room. And Momo and Melissa are like, oh wow, that's... Ooh, that... I forgot, she never actually does this kind of stuff, because the girls never actually... Well, they technically never fought, like, to the point where they themselves would get hurt. They only fought Deku to the point to try to at least use their skills. So yeah, that's probably a big issue right there. So Deku just tells her just to stay down, wait, and if I call for you, just get up and just throw a lot of fire as you can. Here's some tea. Try to come up with a better plan right now, or a way to get him, and you know what, let's do this. And Deku gets mad again, and everybody sees what Deku's becoming. Deku's skin is becoming much more thicker, and his skin becoming much more blacker. His mouth is growing a little bit. His hair is becoming much more black. His muscles becoming a bit more like big. And that's because he's using the gorilla perk. And yes, I don't think there's any gorillas in Far Cry Primal, but because Deku studied up on a lot of other animals and what their abilities are and how strong they can become, basically he studied up on animals so that way he can use their powers. So Deku's right there, and he's running towards Todoroki, which Todoroki just said, jeez, this kid will never learn. And he throws a freaking ice pillar, but Deku just punching it, and the whole thing breaking. But Todoroki might as well get behind the ice right now. And he's trying to think if he can use his fire side, or as he likes to call it, his father's side, and probably use the ice the moment he comes on either side. But he doesn't know that the freaking ice is broken. So Deku punches it, and it breaks. Todoroki thinking, what the heck happened? The ice shards become snow. And what happens is Deku can't be seen anymore due to the fact that the freaking dust, or how you say it, the clouds of smoke from the ice itself is blocking the way. Todoroki is thinking, alright, his skin got darker, so he can probably be much more easier to see. Wrong again. His body turns much more leaner, much more thinner, and it's becoming much more wider. His skin's turning much more wider, hair turning wider, and he's right there, like crawling to Todoroki. Him not seeing this because he turned into a snow wolf, or using a snow wolf's what's called powers, and he's camouflaging. But then he becomes a viper type, and he grabs him, and then using Python, what's called squeezes him until Todoroki is actually, how do I say it? Not breathing. Hold on. Okay. So he's knocked out because of, like, how do I say? I guess because when somebody chokes you, you start to pass out. So yeah, that happens. And Deku's eyes have become like a demon's, or how do I say it? It's become primal. So intelli sees this, And she's kind of scared, but she knows what she must do. She says, Deku, just calm down. It's alright, calm down. I know you're scared, but it's alright. I'm still here, I'm still alive. You don't have to worry about anything. This is what happens if we become heroes. Might be scary, but we have to go through this at times. Because Deku was pretty much mad at the fact that he thought he almost lost her there. And Todoroki almost doing it made him mad. So Deku skin, because now it's reptilian-like. And Deku, yeah, flicking his tongue a bit. He's looking at freaking intelli. And freaking, how do I say it? All Might says, wait a minute. This kid's kind of dangerous right now. Because, yeah, we just saw freaking Deku just turn into a wolf. Or they didn't see him turn into a wolf. The last thing they saw was a gorilla and then a snake. So, All Might thinking, oh man, this kid's gonna kill her. And him running, and Deku actually freaking grabs onto her. All the class 1A is looking in fear, but Momo and Melissa know that Deku is too kind and too freaking hard-headed to ever let something like this or his primal rage to come over or how do I say it, to control him. And Deku is just holding intelli. People don't see this, but tears are kind of coming out of his eyes because he was kind of scared of losing her. Intelli holding her and saying, there, Deku, don't get mad again. I thought I was a goner for sure, but you saved me. And him just putting his hand on her forehead, how do I say it? Not removing the hair, moving the hair out of the way, and just gives her a kiss on the forehead. Her kind of blushing and saying, you know what, let's just go. Deku says, oh yeah, I kind of forgot. He just walks up to the bomb and then says, bam, right there. And All Might is now in the freaking room, and he's looking at Deku and Intelli and saying, never mind. Seems you had this in the bag all along. And Intelli says, yeah, duh. You think? You thunk? You thought? You thought? Never mind, I'm sorry. So, Deku is there, and he's just saying, I feel like punching this Todoroki dude in the face. Which, in Todoroki's head right now, all we just know is these two are fire users. These two people are scum. Basically, he just doesn't like people who use fire in general. So Deku is just there, and he picks up not Todoroki, because he kind of hates him right now. So he picks up Intelli and starts using how do I say it? He's using a horse, or no, he's using a bear, Dark Shadow, because like I said before, any Dark Shadow, any kind of animal, heck, he can probably use a blade and it can talk. He can use a spear and it can talk. That's how his Dark Shadow is. It can be anything in the world, but it can't probably be a house or anything like that. But anyway, he gets on the bear and he holds Intelli, and they just start, or the bear starts he starts riding the bear, and then they just go out of the freaking, how do I say this? They get out of the building, All Might picking up Todoroki and Bakugo and saying, this kid, this kid, what is his quirk? It feels kind of strange. It's kind of like mine, but it feels like his. Does he have a quirk that rivals both of ours? Is he related to All For One? Or is he probably related to... Or no, let's say... Because the quirk is basically passed on by consuming DNA and them allowing you to have their power. So he's thinking, is he All For One's son or something? Like I said, he never met Deku. Technically, he never met Deku. And yeah, it's been a long time since he met David Shield. But only saw Melissa and freaking Deku together. So yeah. Deku is right there, and he feels happy due to the fact that she's okay. But he really wants her and the other girls to become stronger. So he does that. Over, how do I say it? I'm not gonna do the freaking Heroes versus, no, not that, the USJ arc, because I'm gonna do that tomorrow. But like I said, I'm gonna probably do the JoJo one after this. Who knows? I don't know really. But anyway, yeah. So he trains the two girls, or all the girls, or he trains the three girls, and yeah, he's really going to like teach them how to become much more stronger and deal with pain. So, like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, do subscribe to the channel. And I'm probably gonna do a Spider-Man what if, and oh wait a minute. Oh, okay, so here's the deal. I was probably going to do the Punisher one because I seen the Punisher, the movie, the one where they have John Travolta and all that, like the first Punisher. And then another YouTuber already put that on like the very day. But he actually has 4,001 subscribers as far as I remember. His name is Kirosho something. I forgot. So if any of you guys know who he is, do comment down below, so that way other people can probably see what I'm trying to say. But yeah, he just got 1,000 subscribers. And I'm thinking, yeah, just let him finish the whole thing, and yeah, let him just have his glory right now, because yeah, he's a really good YouTuber, or a really good what ifer. So yeah, if you're gonna subscribe to me, then you might as well subscribe to this dude, because he does things way better than me. And plus, he's got his own intro. He has pretty much a stable, like, kind of thing going on. And mine is just basically jumping all around. So yeah, do subscribe to him. I want him to have a good career. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. And bye.